Hello everybody, welcome back to another JT Art Tutorials video. So what we're going to do here, so if you're seeing there, I don't have it drawn out, and there is a reason for that. So what we're going to be doing is, we're going to be doing just a regular nature painting, but I'm going to show you how to do it without doing drawing. Drawing is preferred, however, I know some of you could be not great drawers, so I'm going to show you how. Here, so I'm going to take some Scarlet here, some phthalo blue, mix that together like so. A little blue over here. I have a little bit of titanium white already on the canvas, so go like this. I'm going to go over here like so. I'm just going to go back and forth here. Do these crisscross strokes I would do, almost like X's or making like little boats. It's pretty simple that way. It's a lot easier that way, so I recommend doing that. Add a little bit more red right here. Maybe a little bit red right in the middle here. Just kind of have that kind of just go upwards. Let me get this out of here so I can get to the top, because that top there, leave a little circle there, and again you could say, oh, that's the sun, maybe that's the moon or something. So that's an option, of course, but this is just good to get that. So I'm going to blend that in there. Blend that in going this way a little bit. Blend that out. Okay. Go a little bit more red right here. I'm using Scarlet. It's a Scarlet red, it's called. And this is more of a brighter red I'm using. And there's already white on the canvas. I'm using a titanium white, heavy body already on the canvas. So, all right, now we're going to go do a little bit of blue here. I'm going to go over here. Add a little red to that because I want it to kind of match, not 100%, but just a little bit over there. Okay, so now we're going to go back to red, mix some red in there, tap blue a little bit. Downwards like so. I'm going to go straight across as well. Using white here, just to finish part of this off and just create like almost like a little haze in the background here. I'm doing that. I'm just kind of going straight across. I'm doing these crisscross strokes, plus I'm going straight across, so make sure you do that. Kind of doing that at the bottom there. Go upwards like so. I'll go into that blue just a little bit. Crisscross strokes again. See what I'm doing here? Okay. Get a little bit more white over in this area here. Pretty good, looking good so far, but let me get a little bit more white in here. Okay. So a little bit of a red glare in there, which is what we want. Okay, let me straighten this out. It looks a little crooked here, so let me straighten this out a little bit. If something looks crooked, you know, just get that out a little bit. Okay. Let me wash my brush here. Wash this brush here a little bit. There's a tad there. Wash that. All right. I'm gonna wash. Now we have that brush washed. Now we're gonna just use a clean brush. Using this 1.5 inch brush. I'm just gonna use a clean brush here. I'm just gonna blend that all in, like so. Might be a little hard to move, but if you need to, just hold this. So you can have, sometimes you can have the paint come directly, like flying off. I've got a little bit on my shirt, shouldn't be an issue, but I get a lot of shirts with paint on them. Don't really care necessarily. But I would wear, when you're doing this, excuse me, I would recommend using an apron as well. It would really help that out. Okay. So now that we have that completely, I'm going to make some trees in here, and they're going to be trees just in the background. So, I have some trees there. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to grab one of my, grab my 1/2-inch brush. I'm going to, here with this, grab some phthalo blue. Mix that with some red, kind of put that there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just put some in the background. I'm not going to, we don't need to give this a bunch of detail. We just need to have this in the background here. Just kind of tapping it. Put some right there. I'm not going to go too crazy with this, so put some there. And put some right here as well. Go back to that. Back into our field blue, go to brown again. Do that. This is just phthalo blue, a little bit of red crimson there. I'm just gonna, we're just gonna almost like beat in a background, as I would call it. Red, phthalo blue, red. Again, we're not looking for a bunch of detail because these are going to be in the background. So, go. There's the trees there we have. So now, I'll put this, it's going to be a nice little nature scene right there. So now, I'm going to grab, I'm using bigger brushes for this one. This is a 2-inch brush. I got some big ones. So what I'm going to do is here, go into a little bit of green, and a little bit of yellow ochre here, a little bit of yellow mild, a bit of white. Just gonna create some trees in here. Go maybe do a little bit more green, yellow, white, and that heavy body will just keep that stiff. So just kind of, I'm just going to spread this out a little bit. Also try to leave some of that there as well. Don't get rid of a bunch of it. So I'm just going to make some trees in there, right there. Get a little bit more of that mild yellow, a little bit of yellow ochre, and mix that together. Keep it moving too, upwards. There's a big one right here, maybe. I'm just kind of tapping this in a bit. Make sure you don't try to keep some of that as well. Keep some of that background there. Try not to get rid of all of it there. So this way, like this. Go upwards a little bit, I think a little bit on this one here. I'm gonna go this way. Add a little bit more green to that. Try not to get rid of this. Again, be careful. There we go. Now, just need to, now with that, there's our simple trees there. We got a little background in there. So on the next video, we're gonna grab a fan brush here in the next video, and we're gonna add a little bit more detail to these trees here. You know what, actually, let's do that now then. So I'm gonna grab a bit of yellow mild, some white. I'm gonna make that really bright because we want that to show up now. Just make some highlights. Let me do this. See? A little bit of highlights. There we go, got some highlights there. Giving some of those trees a little bit of texture. Don't want to leave that hanging there. Again, I'm just using texture here. This will just create a texture because it's kind of what I want here. Go back into our yellow mild, put the white here, mix that in to it. I'm gonna use the white here, and I'm kind of going to the left here because it creates these little tree impressions. And the white will just sit on top of that, so keep that in mind as well. Okay, now go with green, ogre, white. I'm gonna go this way. Go upwards a little bit here. Again. Go. Go the yellow ogre again. Keep the paint moving as well when you're doing this. Make sure it stays moving. Just adding detail to this. Trying to keep some of that other stuff back there, so I don't want to leave that particularly hanging. So again. Okay. There's our tree line there. So in the next one, don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I might add some water to here. So in the next one, so make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.